Miss Wolf here. I want to show you how to draw the M&M Buddies. I found a picture on the internet of lots of M&M characters. They are on the M&M candies, and you can see them in the commercials for the M&Ms. There's lots of different bright colors in the chocolate M&M. We're going to draw the yellow peanut M&M and the red original M&M because they were two of the very first ones that M&M created, the characters that they created for their products. So we're going to draw those for our picture today. You're going to need a few shapes to draw the shapes of their bodies. I have a yogurt lid and an oval that we use in the classroom. You can just freehand draw the oval, but it needs to be bigger than like a yogurt lid or a sour cream cup lid. If you have any of those lids at home, you can use those to trace your shapes. A cup also works really good, or a bowl. So I'm going to start with the biggest character. That's the yellow peanut M&M. His body is bigger than the circle M&M. And when you draw that one, you don't want to put it right in the middle of your picture, or it will take up the whole paper and you won't have room for his buddy. So we need to put it over to one side. You can put it on the right or on the left. I have him on the left on this one, so I'll do this one the same way, but it could be on the right. And I need a little room at the top because their eyebrows float over their heads. It's so silly, cartoon artists do that, but they do that a lot. And then I'm going to trace this oval shape. Let me try that again. Here we go. So we got basically the shape of the peanut M&M. You may not be able to see that too well, so I will use a Sharpie so you can see it better. Ooh, that Sharpie's dull. There's the shape. It's basically a peanut shape. And then I'll need to make the circle M&M and get a better Sharpie. And I'll trace it with the Sharpie this time. But draw with a pencil first when you're drawing yours, and that way you can erase if you need to. But you can see the body of the red M&M is a circle, and he needs to be beside his friend. He might also be a little bit lower because he's a little shorter character than the peanut M&M. Part of it didn't fit, so I'm just going to draw the part that fits. And if that happens on yours, just draw the part of the circle that fits on the paper. It's going to fill it up really well if you make those shapes really big. All right, and then we got the basic body shapes. To draw their eyes, we're going to use in the classroom a token, which is about as big as a quarter. So if you have a quarter at home or a bottle cap, you could use that to draw the eyes. And we're also going to use pennies. If you have a penny or a dime, that would be a good size for their pupils. So the red M&M has very round circle eyes, and we use the token to draw those in the class. The peanut M&M's eyes are oval shapes, though, like his body, so he's not going to need circle-shaped eyes. I'm going to start with the circle-shaped eyes on the red M&M. You could use a quarter or a bottle cap if you don't have a token like this. It's just like the tokens from Chuck E. Cheese or Dave & Buster's. So if you have any of those, you could use those. But you could also use a quarter or a bottle cap. So I'm tracing that shape to make his two circle-shaped eyes. If you use a pencil first, it won't mess up like those did a little bit. So use your pencil first. And then every one of the M&M characters has eyelids. So we just need a curvy line across the center of the ovals to make the eyelids. Just like people, these characters' eyes have eyelids that cover up part of their pupils. So we're going to use a penny or dime and lay it right over top of the eyelid line, right over the line where we drew the eyelid, and just draw the bottom part of that coin, that penny or dime, so you can just see the bottom of their pupils, because the tops would be under their eyelids. So do the same thing on the other eye, and you'll have his two pupils. The red and the yellow M&M are both boys. There are some female M&M characters. The chocolate brown one and the green one are both female characters. But the red and the yellow are the buddies, the boys, with their tennis shoes. And the female characters have different kinds of shoes and they have eyelashes, so they look a little bit different. This kind of looks a little bit like Cookie Monster or Elmo right now. We need to also put a little circle in the center of their eyes to make them look alive. That's where the light's hitting their eyes. It makes their eyes look more round and like they're actually living creatures. So even though they're not, they're characters, they could look alive. So now when we draw the peanut M&M's eyes, it needs to be as big. His eyes need to be as big as the red M&M's eyes. So they're long and wide oval shapes. Two very big, long, wide oval shapes for his eyes. almost like ghost eyes. And we also need eyelids going across the center, just like we drew on the red one, and a pupil using a penny or the dime. And the pupil would be half over the line, half under the line. So you just draw the bottom part, the part under the line. And the other part of the pupil will look like it's under his eyelid, like a real eye. And the highlights in the middle. He looks a little sleepy. Sometimes they get expressive when you start drawing their eyes. So we've got their eyes, and their mouths are basically just lines on most of the characters. Sometimes their mouths are open and smiling, like some of the characters you might see up here. The blue one's mouth is just a line. The red and yellow are open in this picture that I found, but in the one I looked at when I drew the picture that we're drawing, their mouths were closed. So it's easier just to draw it as a line, but if you want to draw an open mouth, you can. Their mouths are right underneath their eyes, way up under their eyes. They're not in the middle of their bodies, and they stretch way out to the sides. So we'll put two little corner lines on the sides of their mouths first. And the yellow peanut M&M's mouth, when I looked at a different picture that I drew this one from, was just a line. So you could just draw a curvy line for his mouth. And then it's also a curvy line for the red M&M's mouth, but the one I saw, it curved down and then up a little bit in the middle and then back down again. So he's got a little wavy grin. And then there's a little curve under each one that makes it look like the bottom lip. So it's just a simple little line shape. You can pause this video anytime you need to catch up. If you're drawing, when I start drawing something else, just pause the video. You can rewind and catch up that way. We still need a lot of room on their bodies to draw the M for the M&M symbol. The M on the M&Ms is a certain kind of M. It's not just a letter M, so we need to make it look like it does on M&Ms to make them look like they're M&M characters. If I just drew an M like that, that would not look like the same symbol as the M&M symbol. And it's not an M like the McDonald's logo. It's an M like on the M&M. So we need to draw it like it is on the M&Ms. And this is what it looks like. It goes straight up on the left side, and then there's three curves on the top, and then straight down on the right side. Okay, and then it just goes across the bottom on both sides. And then you do the same thing as we did on the outside. It goes up, curves, goes down, goes up, curves, goes down. And you've got the symbol for the M&Ms. It does stick out a little bit on one side as well, like that. So you can draw the M's on your peanut M&M and your red M&M. I'm going to go turn off my alarm real quick. Okay, sorry. It was time for the first class to be over, but I didn't have a first class, so I forgot to turn that off. So we're going to draw those M's right at the bottom of the bodies on our M&M characters. It's a little bigger on the peanut M&M because he's a little bigger character. So there's that little part that sticks out, and then curve, 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 straight down, points at the bottom, and then we go up and down to make the inside. There's his M. Just do your best to make it look like the M&M logo so people know these are M&Ms and not a McDonald's M or a letter M by itself. Alright, so we got the big M's for M&M. Do you like to eat M&M candies? I sure do. They're not so good for you, but I eat one every now and then. I like the brownie ones they just came out with. Ooh, those are good. What's your favorite M&M? You could leave a comment and let me know if you like M&Ms a lot and what kind you like. We need to draw their arms, their feet, their legs, and their eyebrows. Yeah, there's some eyebrows floating around over the tops of their heads. Let's look at the picture on the TV again real quick. See how their eyebrows are just flying around above their heads? That's so silly. That's part of what makes cartoon characters look so funny. Sometimes the things aren't even attached to their heads like their eyebrows. So we're going to draw their eyebrow shapes right over top of their heads, just like they are in the picture I just showed you. It's just a curvy arch shape, like the top of a rainbow. So their eyebrows are just arched or curved like that. And then there's another side because they're thick. And you just fill it in black because they all have black eyebrows. So we'll need to draw them over both of our M&M characters' heads so they have eyebrows. And when we start filling things in with the black, those would be filled in black with a black marker or your black Sharpie if you have one, or a black crayon, because they are black on all the characters. Their pupils are also black. That's the middle circle in the eye. So not the little white dot in the middle, and not the big white circle around the pupil, but the middle circle. Not the biggest, not the littlest, but the one in the middle size, the medium, is the pupil. So you're going to fill those pupils in with your black crayon or black marker too. And I need to fill his in too, so they look like they're real eyes, because they do look like very realistic eyes. We just need to add arms and legs. If you need time to color in the pupils or the eyebrows, you can pause the video and catch up with me in just a minute. Alright, so for the arms and legs, we just need 2 lines coming down about across from the mouth on the yellow one. So 2 lines coming down to look like his arm is going behind the red M&M, and he's wrapping his arm around his buddy. Then we just need his fingers on the other side of the red M&M's body. So he's wrapping his hand around, all you can see is his fingers on the other side. You don't really need to draw his arm on the other side because it probably is right up on the edge of the paper. But we do need some legs, and the little red M&M needs some arms too. Let's do his arms first. So it's just 2 little curvy lines coming down from the sides of the circle, 1 on each side, and then 1 for each side of his arms. So 2 lines for each arm, and then a little curve at the bottom where his wrist and hand is. And then they just have 3 little curves to look like his hand is a fist, so you just see his little knuckles. It's a simple way to draw his arms. And that's how it looked in the picture I saw when I drew this one. Alright, and then their legs are just 2 lines coming down at the bottom that come a little bit closer to each other at the bottom of the paper. So they're slanting towards each other. And then the other side of their legs are straight up and down. And then we need a curve for the tops of their shoes. And their shoes are basically a triangle shape, a little curvy on the end where the toes would be on their feet. And they have little lines on them. I guess they're sneakers with shoestrings or stripes. All the boy M&Ms are wearing sneakers. I'll show you those again on the video. Well, these just have a couple of stripes. They didn't look just like the ones in the other picture I saw. But you can see they're wearing tennis shoes. The girls are wearing boots and high heels. So you can put some shoes on your M&Ms too. And you can just leave those white because they are white on the characters. We'll leave their legs white and their arms white too, even though they're kind of peach on the pictures on the screen, because we're just going to focus on the primary colors. So this is a project on using primary colors in cartoon drawings. So you'll need the primary colors. You could use markers, crayons. I'm going to shut the door real quick. Kind of noisy over in the gym today. I'm listening to some music too. So I've got red, yellow, and blue markers, but you could use red, yellow, and blue crayons or colored pencils, anything that you have that's colors that you have red, yellow, and blue, and we're just using red, yellow, and blue. So you need to color in your circle M&M with your red and fill it all in neatly and completely where you can't see any white in your shading. If you scratch it in there and you can still see white like that, then you need to go back over it again and fill it in a little bit neater. You don't want to color over the yellow M&M's hand or the white M symbol or his eyes, but color in all the parts of his head that's not part of the symbols or his eyes or another M&M. And his eyelids are red, so you want to color his eyelids, but not the bottom part of his eyes. And on the yellow M&M, his eyelids are yellow, so you'd want to color those eyelids yellow. I'm not going to take the time to color the whole picture, but I do want you to use red and yellow on the yellow peanut M&M and the red original M&M. And then you can put blue wherever you like. I made a whole blue background behind them in this picture, but if you wanted to do something different with blue, that would be fine. You could give them blue tennis shoes, or you could draw blue stripes or blue stars. Just stripes in the background like that with blue would look really good. And you need to do that over the whole background so it looks complete. And we're using those 3 primary colors to show how cartoon artists focus on primary colors usually in their art, because these characters are cartoon characters, the M&M guys. Oh, need some over here too. So just a little bit of blue, and it adds that whole third primary color. I hope you had fun drawing with me and drawing these M&M dies, our M&M buddies. You could leave a comment if you want to tell me your favorite M&M flavor. And send me a picture, please, of your drawing so I can give you a grade and credit for doing the project and see how good you did. Bye. See you soon, I hope.